Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna was telling about his visions of the Divine Mother and the conditions under which it happens. Continuing, he is telling, I used to see God directly with these very eyes, just as I see you. Now I see divine visions in trance. I used to see God directly with these very eyes, just as I see you. Now I see divine visions in trance. You see, one way is to invoke the divine to our present level of existence. Another is I go to the transcendental level and experience God there. The invocation of God here are done in various ways through the mantras in an image, and then in fire or any media through which God can manifest. There only we see power working. Suppose an image is there, I use the image, invoke God there, God's presence. With faith and love, I interact with that image. Just like in modern days, I ring up to someone a matter, just the cell phone. The mobile cell phone, which we are using commonly, it's just a matter, material. But when I ring up to someone, I am getting linked to it. The link is through the avyakta, unseen, it is imperceptible. The media in which it goes and the way in which goes is imperceptible. I speak, it is the person whom I rang up here, and again they reply, I hear. The media through which, or the medium through which this happens, as well as this sound which is audible, which is perceivable through senses, goes beyond senses, imperceptible. It becomes electromagnetic waves and travels and reaches there. And he is also having matter, I am also having matter. But there is no connection except the vyakta is going to become avyakta. The manifest sound is going to become unmanifest. The moment anything manifest becomes unmanifest, it pervades. Manifest is limited, unmanifest is unlimited. I speak, it pervades the whole universe as if. And the person can be anywhere, he can catch it. Now this catching from there, now we don't see any media. Similarly, love of God, faith is the password by which I can link to the divine. In an image, I invoke, someone invokes it who has authority, who has led an extremely good life of only devotion and devotion, dedication, sacrifice, who has given up all enjoyments of the world and dedicated his life for the welfare of others and for in worship of God. Such person who is untouched by the world has the power to invoke the God in an image. in an image when he invokes and prays, as long as one person comes to you, be here to answer his prayers, to receive and to interact with him. With that prayer, he makes God to express his presence in and through. It is just like keeping the mobile on switch. Mobile is there is no SIM card, there is no switching on. It is just a matter. When the SIM card is put and when it is on, this invocation is putting on the mobile and keeping. These people, great people, invoke God in that, and when we go and stand before, it lights up. As if to say, what my child, what do you want? So here it comes, the prayer is being received by God. The manifest is becoming unmanifest to reach him. He communes with us, interacts. It can be known only by the devotee. An enlightened soul comes and stands. He can see the conversation going on, the interaction going on between God and him. But others cannot see, especially those who have only scientific view, which limits the vision to 5 senses and mind alone. All this happens beyond mind because it is a matter of faith and love. So those who can stretch themselves beyond mind, beyond senses, indriyatita, manasatita, mana atita, then they can perceive how it interacts. So this is called invocation of God, God's presence. But we don't see God there usually in physical form. Of course, great saints have seen the image all of a sudden. All are seeing image. The saint is not seeing image. He is seeing actual God sitting there with form, moving about, talking, jumping, dancing, looking at the devotee. All else who have come there may not see because the realization differs. So it happens. There is another process of invocation is I forget myself in love of God. And then I'm awake to the world and in thought of God, with eyes open, I have forgotten everything. Only I am feeling intense presence of God in my mind, in my soul. Then you see the external, the unmanifest God, all-pervading God, manifests there like humidity appearing as fog. Unmanifest is becoming manifest. So God's form you can see with ecstatic love of God, where I am able to forget my everything in thought of God. This is another aspect of invocation, not invitation. Invitation is ahvana. Invocation is abahana. Ahvana, avahana. Avahana is invocation. So his heart, when it longs to see, because of the ecstatic love of God, then it presents externally. Now Sri Ramakrishna is telling about it. I used to see God directly with these very eyes. As I see you, means physical matter, the person is sitting in front of, I can see, like that I see God also. Because my heart is longing to see the form and form manifest. The formless is manifesting, taking form because of the excessive cold of the love of the devotee. Now I see divine visions in trance. Now he enters into trance and sees. Why does he not see with open eyes now? Because those earlier days where longing was there, he was subject-object relationship he had kept, and he used to feel separation and see the again manifestation of the. Now he has become one with it, seeing, interacting. He has become one. His mother is, or the divine mother or the God is within him in full presence. And he wants to see visions because he is within. God is within. He enters into trance and finds the form. Where there is oneness, it is internal manifestation. When I keep the relationship to, I am separate from you, then external manifestation. I keep him one with me, inseparable oneness with me all the time. Yes, he was part of awareness, now he is part of my existence. When God becomes part of my own existence, he is the subject, he is the object. Where is the subject object? But when he enters into transcendental, a trance, then he can maintain, because with this awareness he is entering. Till he becomes again one with the transcendental realm, he has time and space to see the form of Mother or the Divine Mother or God in any aspect. So here it is, now I see divine visions in trance. After realizing God, a man, one acquires the nature of the object one meditates upon. The nature of God is like that of a child. As a child builds up his toy house and then breaks it down, so God acts while creating, preserving, and destroying the universe. Further, as a child, he is not under the control of any guna, so God is beyond the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. That is why Paramahamsas keep 5 or 10 children with them, that they may assume their nature. The state after realizing what happens, how that oneness is felt, that I am able to see, I enter into trance and experience, but I don't experience it externally because it has become one with my existence. God has become one with my existence. I have absorbed him within me, myself. I am dissolved within him. So here we see the childlike state. When he attains that state, he finds oneness. Immediately all the nature of God comes to the God is like a child, so the childhood manifests in the realized soul also. All the details he has given. The one acquires the nature of the object one meditates upon. After realizing God, man becomes like a child. One acquires, why does he become like a child? Because God is like a child. One acquires the nature of the object one meditates upon. Je jar dhyan kore, she tar shraddha paye. One who meditates on whatever the object, constantly he contemplates, constantly visualizes, constantly he holds on to that. It is in that's its nature one imbibes. Now I constantly think of a person who is extremely kind to others, so much loving and compassionate. I acquire that qualities. And when suppose a warrior I think of, and he go on reading his history, this, that and all, I will be always with the military spirit. When we had army attachment course in those days, 1970s, 69, 70, studying in college, and we were there for a month or so, and every night before we go to sleep, there used to be war films, Second World War pieces, this, that and all. After 1 month, when we come out, we are practically like warriors we move about, fighters like. The awareness entirely changes from the normal social condition to a condition where I am ever prepared for. There is no fighting at all, there is no war. But mind is filled with such feelings, heart is filled with such feelings, because constantly, every day, and with the same thought we sleep, it gets imbibed. Our muscles become always tight and stiff. As if I'm carrying some weapon with me, and walking style and everything changes. The way in which it influences whatever I think of, I become that. Again, when we come back, to get rid of it, again to be in spiritual awareness of seeing divine everywhere and loving everyone. Oh, what if it was a dream? Love is eternal. All this again fills the whole being, washes down the old one. Now, just a saint's life. How a person becomes devotee. Devotee becomes extremely involved with the God, to the extent he is indifferent to the world. And finally, how he interacts with God, loves God, attains Him, go on then singing the names and glories of God like Meera, moving about in the world freely, being a free soul in the lap of Mother, in the possessing God in it is a hastamalaka, like a fruit in the hand. Realization, God is in their fist. To that extent, they freely move about with total inner and external security, fearless, anxietyless, in the ocean of bliss. As bliss they move about. In the ocean of peace, as peace they move about, radiating peace and bliss everywhere. So this, when we read, again, we become a devotee of God. Where is the war field of fighting and killing? Where is the war field of seeking love and giving love and peace to everyone? So whatever we think of, we actually become that ultimately. So negative things you see, negative things you think, you become a negative person. Positive things you view, positive things you hold on to, positive person you will become. Think of yourself Atman again and again, you become Atman. You think, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, one who goes on telling I am a sinner, verily becomes a sinner. One who goes on saying, I am free, I am mukta, he really becomes mukta, free. So as we think, যে যার ভাবনা সেই তার অবস্থা, যে যার ধ্যান করে সে তার সত্তা পায়. On whomever so they meditate upon, contemplate upon, think upon constantly, will attain that. So because the nature of child, from where it comes to that realized soul, is the nature of God. He acquires the nature of God is that of a child. As the child builds up his toy house and breaks it down, so God acts while creating, preserving, and destroying the universe. It's a play, like child playing with. Especially you can see child destroying this one in the seashore. Seashore, all children you can see whether they get down in water or not. They will sit on the seashore and take sand and go on building varieties of houses, multiple stories and all that. And the others will be swimming, playing, sitting, talking, singing, all that is going on. Children will be building their houses. Then they get ready to go. They say, come, we'll go. It's time to go. Then they will run and kick that house they have built, trample it with their feet and get ready to go. Building up was in play. Dwelling in was in play. Leaving it, destroying and going was a play. The whole thing was a play of expression of joy. When they trample on it, how much joy. Oh, I built, I will destroy. Same with great care how they build, that wall should not fall. The staircases, this, that, nicely they sit and build. And when the play ends, they make again the sandbank and go back. So this, you can clearly see how the God plays with the world creation. Further, as the child is not under the control of guna, so God is beyond the three gunas, sattva, raja, tama. Sattva is cognition, wisdom. I am able to see everything. I have senses and mind to perceive. I have intellect to discern or intellect to analyze and understand, confirm, analyze, all these qualities of intellect. The cognition, I am able to see, I am able to understand, I am able to grasp, I am able to become wise. I see and analyze. What does good acts lead to? What bad acts lead to? So I become wise. This wisdom and jnana, perception, I am able to perceive everything. This perception and this one pertains to cognition, sattva, activities and desire and running after the desire, activities, needs and activities. All this come under the rajas. And lethargy, excessive anger, excessive lust, demoniacal nature, animal nature, the human brute, all this belongs to the tamas. It is like material tendency to be lethargic, to be lazy, to be sleepy. All this is the tamasic nature. Activities running about and desires, filled with desire, rajasic, filled with pure compassion, love, wisdom, renunciation, dispassion, all these belong to the sattva. God is beyond all the three, sattva, raja, tama. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.